Hi everyone, welcome to My House Podcast, where we uncover property insights to help you make smarter and more powerful real estate decisions. And I'm Martin, and today we are diving into Singapore's most undervalued but high potential property type, which is the Executive Condominium, more commonly known as EC. Whether you're a young couple looking for your first home, or whether you are planning your property investment roadmap, or maybe you have always wondered, is EC still worth buying now that the prices are so high? Stick with me for the next 10 minutes and this could change the way you look at EC. Okay, so what exactly is an EC? So, Executive Condominium is actually a hybrid between a public and private housing. Think of them as an entry-level kind of condo, and it is developed and built by private developers with full condo facilities like swimming pool, tennis court, and your gym and your barbecue pits. But it is actually subsidized by the government of Singapore. Okay, so for the first 5 years, you will have to fulfill the MOP, so you can't sell the place. But after 5 years, the property actually is allowed to be sold to Singaporean and Singapore PR. And after 10 years, it will be fully privatized and you can actually sell it to foreigners as well. In simple words, it actually starts off affordable, like HDB, but ends up being a private property itself. Okay, why are ECs the most undervalued property type? Let's talk numbers. EC versus private condo. So now you can see the new launch private condos have already reached prices of even in OCR from 2,000 to 2,100 per square feet to even upwards of 2,500 per square feet. But new ECs are still launching at about 1,006 to 1,007 and 1,008 per square feet. And that's a good healthy price gap of 500 to 600 per square feet. And that's about 20 to 30% cheaper for the EC as compared to a normal private condo new launch. And for EC, it gets better. You actually can qualify for government subsidies if your income level qualifies. And once the EC reaches its 5 years MOP mark and people start to sell, you will see that the price increases dramatically, and this has been proven many times during history. A very good example is the condo that I'm staying now, Park Life. It was launched in 2016 at about 700 to 800 per square feet, and in 2024, when it hits its MOP, it was already selling about 1,000 to 1,003 per square feet. And I bought it last year in 2024 for about 1,300 over per square feet. And I fast forward to today, there are already transactions hitting 1,005 to 1,006 per square feet. And that actually means that the first owner who bought in the EC actually made more than 100% of the profit. From 700 per square feet all the way to 1,004, 1,005 per square feet now, if they are held on all the way to today. ECs often give very good return on investment than private condo, with very safe and low entry prices subsidized by the government and a higher capital appreciation. The only downside is the long wait time because you have to wait 3 years for the project to build and TOP and another 5 years for MOP. So the next segment I want to talk about is who should consider an EC, right? EC will be best for young couples or first-time buyers because of the good entry prices. It's more affordable, right? And with grants available, it also helps for all these first-time buyer, right? And it is a very good step for you to step into private property instead of going for a private new launch. And the second group that will be very suitable will be upgraders from HDB who currently own a HDB. Because firstly, you can continue staying in your HDB while the EC is being built. And secondly, you do not have to pay any ABST while you're staying in HDB while the EC is being built. And thirdly, there are deferred payment schemes which help you hold off the mortgage until the project actually TOPs before you start paying. So you do not have to pay double the mortgages of your current HDB and the EC that is building. There might be some people that overlook EC because of some misconception, which I will uncover with you today. Number one, ECs are too restrictive, and during the first 5 years of MOP, you can't sell it. Okay, this is true because as part of HDB's effort to prevent people from flipping, HDB government products are all meant primarily for own stay. So this first 5 years is important because it's for you to own stay, and of course, if you ride out that 5 years, you definitely see a very good capital appreciation. The second misconception is that ECs are hard to buy. Yes, that is true because there are a lot of restrictions placed by the government, like the income ceiling of 16,000, and also you got to form a family nucleus. But this also means that only a specific group of people can actually qualify for EC, and this prevents over demand, and that caps the price of the EC and makes it affordable. However, if you are in the lucky group that belongs to the two groups that I mentioned, either a first-time buyer or a HDB upgrader, you are in for a good huge pot of capital appreciation. So how I will see EC is also like how they can help you climb up the property ladder and elevate your asset in the future for retirement. So it is designed to give Singaporeans that bridge between the public housing and the private housing. So it's like a springboard and opportunity for you to own a private property at a subsidized rate, and for you to enjoy the capital gains in the future, upgrade your property portfolio. Owning an EC also gives you quite a lot of advantage. Number one, you are able to enter into the private market with a better entry price compared to the normal private new launch. And secondly, once it hits the MOP, when people start selling, that is when you see a huge capital appreciation gain as shown by history. And thirdly, because after 5 years of MOP, it actually privatizes. This means that you can actually decouple the unit, and the second owner can actually free the name from the property to buy a second property. And this is not available for HDB. I have now come to the closing. If you are looking for a home with private condo facilities and strong potential returns after MOP, and also a very safe and low risk entry price to enter into the private property market, then an executive condominium might be the choice for you, provided that you can qualify for it. So if you are curious about the upcoming EC launches, what's available in the market, we do have 2 upcoming EC launches in the East, one in Tampines and one at Pasir Ris. Both will be very hot demand. So if you want to find out more, do contact me. And also, if you are keen to know the eligibility criteria, loan financing, or whether you are even qualified to buy an EC, do feel free to reach out to me, Martin, at 91278681. And lastly, thanks for tuning in to My House Property Podcast. Remember to follow, subscribe, and like my video so that it helps my video, and I'll see you in the next one.